ideology, and I am very proud of my heritage and who I am and where I come from, scares them. Because me being at my position means that their way of thinking, their way of life of being comfortable and suffering, and while everyone else suffers, is going to be at risk. And they should be afraid, because that's my purpose in life. Well, I think, listen, I know, and we all know, and you know very well, that black men, and young black men in particular, have been the boogeyman for those who are racist and think that only straight, wealthy white men should have a say in anything. We've been the boogeyman from them since the first day they brought us to this country. And what they mean by DEI, in my opinion, is duly elected incumbent. We know what they want to say, but they don't have the courage to say the N-word. And the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong ideology, and I am very proud of my heritage and who I am and where I come from, scares them. Because me being at my position means that their way of thinking, their way of life of being comfortable and suffering, and while everyone else suffers, is going to be at risk. And they should be afraid, because that's my purpose in life.
Hey there, besties. We gotta talk, child. So Joy Reid found somebody to come over to her side. You notice that she's not interrupting Brandon DOUGIE. We already know Brandon Scott. Isn't it interesting, y'all, how we're basically ahead of all these people? Wasn't nobody interested in talking to DOUGIE prior to the unfortunate loss of life due to the crash into the Francis Key Scott Bridge. Rest in peace to those gentlemen. Prayers to their families. But anyway, the Joy Reid can come through and get someone on her side, basically, so that you can say racism, 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 racism. So Baltimore mayor equates DEI to the N-word, says making white people uncomfortable is his purpose in life. Imagine saying that out loud on national TV and thinking that that's a good thing to do. Now, we done already been talking about Doug, like I said before, shout out to DOUGIE, and how he really probably isn't the best mayor for the city of Baltimore. However, I don't think he was a DEI hire at all. I believe it's probably mostly black mayors in daggone Baltimore most of the time. So why they're saying this is a DEI hire is just ignorant people just saying stuff. I thought Big Tiff was bad, but dude, why are you even responding to anyone? You are definitely, in this case, going to be on the map. People are going to look at you. People are going to talk about you more than ever because of what just happened to the bridge, right? He's sounding like Big Tiff right now. We just listened to Big Tiff over here talking about what the people say it's not fair. She a single mom. It's because I'm black, I'm black, I'm black. And that's another city where basically the mayor is always black. So why are they saying this? It plays into the same old, same old. Why are y'all worried about if someone happens to say that you might be a DE&I hire when it's always black people that are in this daggone position? Now, if you want to say maybe he's not doing the best job in the job, I might want to, say that might be true. Why would I say that? Let me tell you why. He thinks he did something as far as squeegee kids is concerned. They still out there. So we just had a story where the squeegee kid took a damn person's phone and sent themselves all that daggone money. They found him. He allegedly put this squeegee thing in hires, a no squeegee zone. Where they at? Still in the no squeegee zone, terrorizing people, messing up their cars. That one guy got deleted, and then not DOUGIE, but the rest of them were in Baltimore was cutting for the young minor who had a GUN, mind you. No one seems to understand or see that part. What they want to do is say that the white man who got out of his car was in the wrong, even though he never touched the dude. He was trying to push away a nuisance, which these squeegee kids are nuisances. And for the most part, they probably got issues. I'll just leave it at that. Some of them probably are trying to make a living, but damn it, you cannot force people to take something that they don't want. But for some reason, Brandon don't want to do anything to them. And maybe after this, we can see why. Because they black and they black men. In this thought process, or let me rephrase, there are black children in the squeegee case. But lest we not forget that they got a high crime rate in Baltimore, even though he wants to say that the crime is going down. We have deduced that the crime is allegedly going down because they do not have enough police officers, which we already know as well. Shout out to the besties, okay? We know they don't have enough police officers. They over there begging people to come and get work so that they can cover all the crime in the area, because they got teen takeovers in the middle of the harbor where tourists are supposed to come. And as the tourists stop coming, that's less money that the daggone community is going to have. Not to mention they got 55 million in one carjackings. Shout out to Fox 45, Mary Bubala, Mackenzie, and Keith. Child, we be knowing. This is the right-winged angel. So let me go ahead and get a right-winged angel credit, okay? So shout out to the right-winged angel for putting this up. And if anyone who would see this in any other context, they would just think, oh my God, it's racism, white supremacy, discrimination, and racism. Why can't we just have our politicians, specifically the Black ones, get into office and work and do what needs to be done for your city? Not just Black people, not just white people, do what needs to be done. But who keeps reelecting the same people? This is not about Black and white at this point. These cities keep hiring the same damn people. You trying to tell me that all them people in daggone Dalton didn't know who Big Tiff was, and they went ahead and elected her as mayor with votes of 1,000 when the town is 20,000? You trying to tell me that they didn't decide that they wanted to go ahead and hire DOUGIE here? Now there's a Black lady, I forget her name, that's running against him this time, another Black woman. Baltimore is a Black city. So for anyone that's saying this is DEI, first of all, they don't know what they're talking about. In DOUGIE, why are you even addressing it? And Reid is just fanning the flames. He coming on here talking about he coming on Reid's show in order to say that his purpose in life is to make white people uncomfortable. First of all, the Negroes in daggone Baltimore need to be worried about their safety if this is his main priority, his purpose in life. We've already notated and shown the fact that he really don't care about the community. He just wants to be your friend. This is the same difference as the daggone parents who don't want to parent their kids until something happens. So now, dude, this is going to be your real test to deal with what's going on here. This your city. Okay. And I already think that when it's time for him to be reelected, they will go ahead and reelect him any daggone way, while they still don't have any safe streets, pun intended, while they still sitting up here dealing with the same crime, while they still don't have any daggone police, while they sitting up here and wanted to defund the police. Baltimore was one of the biggest places that wanted to defund the police, while they turn around, we just saw it, talking about crime is a problem. They need to do something about it. Where the police at? No, nobody wants to talk about that from that perspective. No, Joy just wants to put this man up here, and he wants to sit up here and fall for the trap and talk about how his purpose in life is to make white people uncomfortable. Good luck with you, and good luck to the city of Baltimore if that's what you want to continue to do. But let me go ahead and get on over to Twitter, because one of the things that the right-winged angel said was that they were tearing that ass up over there on daggone Twitter. So let's go ahead and see what's going on over there. All right, y'all. I'm over here on Twitter. I've got to be cautious, child, because you know Twitter twits. Anyway, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott. Below are just a few of the many articles in Maryland which have given you a poor yearly performance review. These are facts, not opinions, not racist. Show them to your new friend, Reid. Oh, you know what, y'all? Lest we not forget the school system issue in Baltimore as well. No one's passing math, reading, everyone's at a low level. Lest we not forget from some years ago, which is not on Brandon, a 0.013 grade point average. Baltimore has been failing for forever. Run by Black people, mayors, I mean. But all of a sudden, they want to try to act like it's a DEI hire. This is so ridiculous. The DEI, the duly elected incumbent mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, hats off to you, sir. Baltimore Mayor, Democrat Mayor Brandon Scott joined Reid this week to discuss this week's tragic collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which was struck by a ship. Appeared on Reid's show to assert that white conservatives should be afraid of the consequences of calling him the DEI mayor, and that his purpose in life was to make them uncomfortable. Child, this is crazy. Imagine a white person saying this, y'all. Imagine it. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott alleges that white people employ DEI against him because they lack the courage to say the N-word, and his purpose in life is to make them to be afraid. DEI, diversity, enhance, and competence. I don't know what GITNOTS means, but if y'all know, let me know. Long as it's okay to let me know, child. Note, in Brandon Scott's statement, they believe that only wealthy straight white men should have a say in anything. Republicans use race, faith, and identity as a wedge to divide the working class so that a handful of very wealthy individuals can control our government. Okay, so this person said the white people who were calling the Baltimore mayor a DEI hire didn't even know he was mayor until they saw him address the public over the Key Bridge incident. He's been mayor for over 3 years now, and what makes you look even more foolish is that the mayors are not hired. Yes, correct. They're elected. I agree. That's why it's like, why are you even bothering addressing these people who don't know? Those are the same ignorant people. They just white. They're just as ignorant. Why even address it? Focus yourself on the freaking rebuilding of the damn bridge, getting the funding, taking care of those families, and doing whatever needs to be done for the city. Instead, you online being used by Joy Reid so that you can sit up here and just fall into the same damn trap. This person says exactly, Brandon Scott was elected fair and square, and no one said he wasn't. And it's like these racist Billy Bob Yahoos in the Highlands have never heard of Kurt Schmoke or Sheila Dixon, and I haven't heard of them. Oh, that's right. It's because they didn't have dog whistles that are stand-ins for the N-word back then. Child, I don't even know what that means. You all mad over nothing. Child, we be unfocused. This one says, for the life of me, I don't understand how racist, how uncaring, and how quick to judge a man for the color of his skin. Why? Because he didn't put on a suit and tie to rush to a catastrophe. I would showed up in my purple pajamas. Leave Brandon Scott alone. Stop judging. On this, I agree. On this particular case, I agree. This is crazy. 99 problems and fixing the bridge isn't one of them. Statistics show who the real boogeymen are. Highest violent crime rates, highest illiteracy rates, highest dropout rates. Baltimore is one of the highest violent crimes in the country. Now, that is true. Say that it's not true. We know that it's true. It's very violent in Baltimore. We've seen all of that. But I guess because somebody white said it, it's a problem. Now, I don't know about the dropout rate, but child, I'm assuming that that's probably true. But it's definitely an issue in Baltimore. And it's not because Brandon is a DEI hire. It's because Baltimore is Baltimore. And if you have someone that doesn't want to acknowledge what the problems are and don't want to change it, and then you continue to hire people just like him, that is the problem. Child. This one says, I have my own issues with Brandon Scott, mostly that he's not radical leftist enough for my taste, but he's a good dude with good intentions in my experience and deserves better than the mouth-breathing MAGA degenerates. Y'all just be falling for it, child. One terrible unintended consequence of the Key Bridge tragedy has been racist conservatives, boomers from other places, finding out about Brandon Scott, who does not deserve any of that. Child, so unfocused. No, Joy Reid is sad, very sick person. I don't care what color she is. She's the worst kind of hate this society has to offer. And this Brandon Scott, if this is what Baltimore voted for, they deserve the poverty and misery they get, as if he's the first black mayor, moron. Right. Exactly. He's not even, it's always a black mayor. It's always a black mayor. This is why I'm saying, why are y'all even feeding into this foolishness? And why are you falling for Joy Reid? Brandon, Dougie. This one says, Mayor Brandon Scott implying it's courageous to say the N-word. Child. It is possible that one of the most important American ports was attacked, and this is the focus. Exactly. That's why people call Brandon Scott a DEI hire. If he weren't, then his focus would be elsewhere. Listen, it's got nothing to do with DEI hire. It has to do with these are the people that have been elected who may not necessarily be the best people. If black people want to continue to hire based off of race, then you get what you get. We just read and saw the article, the post, the information about the community being able to buy a house for $1 and they will give you a loan in order to fix it up and have a place to be where you already live. You get home ownership. You already live there. And you got people coming through talking about, no, this is not going to be good. This is gentrification. This is a bettering of the same community that you live in any daggone way. But then when they say that the corporations can come in, then you're going to say that it's right. Oh my God, I cannot. What is going on? What is going on? I can't. Let me be done with this, child, because I'm about to get upset and I got to work. Shout out to everybody that made it this far. Please make sure you go ahead and like this daggone video. Subscribe if you are new. Comment. I see you all in the next one.
We do not care.